And you know it's a new season when stuff that used to bother you, you don't even have energy for it no more. You know it's a new season when you stop wondering if they like it or not. I ain't doing it for you to like it. It's just where I am right now. I don't need you to agree. I don't need to touch and agree for this. I'm walking in the fullness of everything God has for me. And I'm not apologizing for being happy because I didn't apologize when I was in pain. I'm not going to apologize for being free because I didn't apologize when I was bound. I ain't going to apologize for living it up because I ain't apologized when I was knocked down. If I look happy, it's because I'm is.
What up, world? Live on that with Mr. Be Great today, Lamar King Sr. Glad y'all tapped in with me. It's another all positive podcast. And Mr. Be Great today has some words of encouragement. And y'all already know, I'm just going to jump right on in. And the topic of discussion today is, you going to die broke. Yep, you definitely are. I wanted to touch on this subject because we live in a day and a time where everybody is in their bag. Everybody chasing that check, you know, the almighty dollar. Everybody want that money, that greenback. And we, in the capitalistic society we live in, you gotta have money. Like we must have, right? But what are you giving up to chase that money? You're giving up time. You're giving up family. You're giving up your kids' baseball game. You're giving up your kids' practice. You're giving up your kids' school. You're giving up a lot to provide, right? But Mr. Be Great today is here to tell you, your ass gonna die broke. You're going to have a suit on or a dress on, and they're going to cut it up the back, and there ain't even going to be a hole. With no shoes on, they don't even put shoes on you. And you're going to lay in that casket, and you ain't going to have none of that shit. None of it. But we spend our day. We spend our weeks. We spend our months. We spend our years chasing this almighty dollar. And it's programmed in us. It's programmed in us in so many ways that we think that that's normal, that's right, that's the correct way to live. But I'm here to tell you that, again, your ass gonna die broke as a joke, as they say. Now, I understand leaving a legacy for your children's children and making sure your family is set up to you know, move on in life without you. But oftentimes, as we know, most of us don't even have that set up because we're so concerned with ourselves. We're so concerned with what we look like. We're so concerned with what other people think we are. We're so concerned with so many different things just to end up dead and broke. Dead and broke. You can't hook a U-Haul up to that hearse. You can't take that bank account, that checking or savings account, or that IRA or that mutual fund or them CDs. You can't take any of that stuff with you. But you spend your whole life chasing this American dream just to end up unalive. Now think about that for a second. What's more important? The way you look and way you dress and what you can buy and the material possessions you have? The money you got in the bank? The status you have in society today? Or is it more important to leave a legacy or leave an impression on life after you're gone with your words, your actions? See, people don't think about that. People are more concerned with this whole, you know, media thing that we have been duped into believing as successful. We have been taught this to believe that if you got X amount of zeros in the bank and commas in the bank, you're a successful person. You're doing the right thing. But you're going to leave here with none of it. People going to get up at your funeral and tell you how great of a person you are, you know, this, that, and the third and all that. But guess what? You're going to be laying in that casket with nothing. Nothing. And even, you think about it for a minute, even the things you leave behind. We've seen it. That's why Big Mama house gone. That's why the land granddaddy bought it's gone. Because your kids are not, they don't have any ties to it. They don't have any grunt work or anything invested into it. And we want to set them up. Now, I'm not saying don't leave your kids nothing. Don't leave your family with a legacy to live off of. But you sacrifice so much each and every day for careers, for your, my entrepreneurs, for your business. You do all this for a fictitious piece of paper. It's kind of like this video I saw the other day where they had the Three Stooges and matter of fact, let me let y'all check it out. Here you go.
Money is an illusion.
Oh, yeah? Well, I only got 10, so here's 10, I owe you 10.
Thanks.
Hey, Mo, you owe me 20.
Well, here's 10 and I'll owe you 10.
You owe me 20.
Here's 10, I owe you 10.
Here's the 10 I owe you.
Here's the 10 I owe you.
Here's the 10 I owe you. Good, now we're all even.
All right, as you see, every time money is spent, it's paid back to somebody that's owed. It's kind of like supply and demand. So money just goes in a circle. It just goes in a circle, right? It's something that's really, the value is determined not by yourself. The value of the dollar, the value of, whatever, crypto, whatever you want to call it, however, whatever monetary system you're in, it's determined by, the powers that be. And you get money, you borrow from Peter to pay Paul. We've all heard that. So all money does is just go in a circle. You're always getting money for service or product, and then they're paying. It just goes in a circle. So in all actuality, money is a figment of your imagination, and they've taught us, they've programmed us to believe in something that's not backed by any natural resource. It's just they can just print up as much as they want. Now they've gotten to the point where they don't even have to print it up. They just put numbers on the screen. And we sacrifice our time with our loved ones. We sacrifice the memories with family and friends for a piece of paper or numbers on the screen, just to end up dead and broke. Why is that? Who told us that this green piece of paper or this little plastic card is the essence of life? I've said it many times before. More people have replaced their spiritual God with money. They have. They can't. In this world we live in, people believe they can't live without money. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I gotta go. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You're being poured 20 different ways to chase a dollar when you're missing out on valuable seconds and moments of life for something that isn't even real. If I gave you Monopoly money, you would laugh in my face. You would laugh in my face. But if the powers to be said, hey, Monopoly money is the new currency, all the Monopoly games will be gone off the shelf and you'll start. It's kind of like even with crypto. People can create a coin out of nowhere. They call them meme coins. And then trade them in for a so-called real currency. So what are you leaving behind besides money? What are you leaving behind for your family and your kids besides money? And I hope someone understands where I'm coming from, because it's a challenge to live in a capitalistic society and not be engulfed in loving money or needing money or wanting money, just to die without it. And we value it so much. We put it, just like Les Brown said, money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. How the fuck is money up there with oxygen? Because we live in a society that's told us so. And you try to tell people otherwise, oh, you ain't got no money. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? People have lost all sense of reality when it comes down to this monetary system that we live in, that they'll sell their soul. They'll go kill an innocent old lady for a piece of paper with no remorse. Oh, I had to get it. I'm going to get mine. Am I the only one thinks that's crazy? That people will actually kill you, take your life for money. And we all, myself included, we all have fell victim to this system. We all believe that money is everything. We all believe money will solve all our problems. Hell, you look at the people, you see, rest in peace, Robin Williams. Robin Williams was a multi-millionaire guy, and he blew his brains out. If money was so great, why would you want to kill yourself if you got it all? Why? Why do we put money up there with oxygen? Just to die broke. Just to die with none of it. All the shit you buy, all the shit you aspire to have, all the things you're chasing after, all the goals you want, that big house, that nice car, the designer clothes, the jewelry, the designer bags, the shoes. All that stuff means nothing, but we have been programmed and taught that this is the essence of success. And it's hard to retrain that mind. It's hard to retrain that train of thought, because from day one, we've been taught that money is everything in this world. Even the religion said they want your money. They want those tithes and offerings. Hell, even every dime you make your tax, for every dime you spent your tax. And if you don't pay the taxes, they coming back to get you again, and they'll lock you up and take your freedom. We are been duped into a system that we believe that money is everything. The most spiritual and most religious people in the world believe that money is their God. And I don't care how you feel about it. That's my opinion. The know-all be-all God don't need your money. Oh, I'm building up the kingdom of God. God, come on. They've even taught us that heaven is filled with a bunch of worldly things, mansions and gold streets. But y'all don't want to talk about that. It's a disease. It's a sickness. But people say, well, I got to work. I ain't got time to go do that. I got to work. I got to pay these bills. I understand that. I'm not downplaying the society we live in and how it's made up. But what you value the most in life is this greenback. And you think because if I get more of it, then boom, I'm successful. There's so many times in life that throughout my life that I had to say, man, mine come before that damn dollar. My kids come before that money. I never bought a pair of Jordans for my kids a day in my life. I think I bought one pair. And that's what we do. We even, let's think about it. We go buy baby $40, $50 Jordans for a baby. For what? Because of the perception of others that you're doing so much for your kid to buy them something they're eventually going to outgrow and you're going to eventually give it away? What is the reasoning behind it? Am I the only one that sees something wrong with this picture? Why are you, who told you that you have to have all that? Who told you that you have to spend and have these expensive things to be deemed successful or to be deemed to doing something with your life? Who said you got to have a whole bunch of money in the bank just to be that guy or be that woman? When are we going to realize that none of that matters because you're going to die broke? We spend our whole entire life running back and forth, doing this and that, this and that, just to die with none of it. None of it. When do we start realizing that our presence, our love, our compassion, our companionship, our relationships with others are far more important than the things they have taught us since day one? When are we going to realize that all the things that they've telling us about this monetary system is a lie? And when you speak on things like this as I am, they're going to call you crazy. Oh man, nobody want to hear that, Mr. Be Great today. But you're going to hear it today if you hear. And I want my listeners to understand that you got to find more things of substance. Your time is more valuable than any piece of paper or any plastic card or any numbers on the screen. But every day we get up and we go chase that bag. Every single day we take time away from our loved ones just to go chase that bag. And if you look at it any other way, or you see it, or you look at it differently, somehow you're deemed lazy. You're deemed not hardworking. You're deemed as someone who doesn't provide. The structure and the hierarchy of the family in this country has been broken down, all because people want to be rich. Even it says it in scripture that a rich man will have a better chance of getting through an eye of a needle than to get into heaven. But yet everybody chasing the bag. Ain't nobody thinking about that. They see people want to cherry pick the things they want. They don't want to talk about the things that'll put them in a negative light when they're talking about their spirituality. It says it. It says it. It's kind of like the whole relationship scene now. Women have been taught and told, well, if a man can't do nothing for you, you need to leave him alone. I'm talking about people who are so spiritual and religious. They'll say, well, if a man can't do nothing for me, I'm gonna leave him alone. But well, according to scripture, the woman is supposed to be there to help the man, not the other way around. But don't nobody want to talk about that because we've been so programmed we've been so programmed and taught that the man is supposed to provide, and provide means money. We've all been tricked by this illusion of money. We all have bought into this system of money. And then we'll look at someone, a quote unquote third world country, and look at them who don't have running water and electricity because we've been so spoiled to have these so-called luxuries of life. Oh no, I couldn't live like that. Because they made you believe in this monopoly money. They made you believe that money is up there with oxygen, and they made you believe that your time is worth money. Time is money. Okay, time is money. Tell me that when you're in that damn casket. Tell me that when your spouse is on that front row of that pew in that church crying because you're no longer here. Tell me that when your kids are feeling left out because they lost their mother or father. Tell me that when a mother has lost their child, that money is everything. Tell me that then. Hell, you can't even die without money in this country. You can't even be born in this world without money, which is fucking retarded. You look at the animal kingdom, a lion or a tiger or a bear, they don't spend a dime and they live on this earth for free. And the laws of nature provide the things that they truly need. But here we are, the quote unquote smartest, the smartest species on the planet have been duped into believe that money is everything, right up there with oxygen. We sacrifice so much at the expense of money. No pun intended. We sacrifice so much to go pursue our careers and dreams because of money. You can't even get an education. Education ain't free no more. Healthcare ain't free no more. Hell, after a while, they're going to start charging us to breathe with a fictitious piece of paper and numbers on the screen. But call me crazy. Call me somebody that don't know what the hell he talking about. When we all have fell victim to this. We all are victim to this circumstance about this monetary system that we live in. But we so smart, we so intelligent, and you run this rat race all your life just to die broke. You're sacrificing everything, times with your kids, just to die broke. You ain't gonna make it out this world alive, and you out here chasing money like it's everything to you and all that in a bag of chips. In all essence, my listeners, there is nothing more important than the time and the love spent with loved ones. And you can call it what you want, because this society has been taught the thoughts and actions that have been taught to us about money, how we gotta have it, and how if you ain't got it, you ain't this. People look down on people who ain't got so-called money, and it's sad. It's a sad society we live in. And we'll give it up all. We'll sell our soul for money. And people try to act like they won't, but you do. You send your kids off to school for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for the first 18 years of their life for the sake of money. You go into hundreds of thousands of debt to get a degree just to make money. How you gonna charge me to make money? That's an oxymoron, you ask me. But that's the program we got in our mind. That's the shit they done taught us. Oh, I gotta get the bag. I'm in my bag. I'm about that cheese. I'm on the grind. And it's hard. It's hard. And when you think about it, it's a double-edged sword when you're living in the capitalist society that we live in. It's a double-edged sword when you got to go work 60, 80 hours a week at the expense of your kids just to keep the lights on. The studies have shown, man, they can take a small section in Utah, probably about 400 or 500 acres, put some solar panels up and give everybody lights for free. They've even got machines where automobiles can run off of water, but they knocking them people off. They kill them. We ain't gonna get into that just because they want to charge for oil. There's even studies show that oil will never go away. Oil is a unlimited resource. We got enough oil right here in this country to provide for the people in this country, but we want to go way across the world to get some more. Greed. They've told you that a rock that's found in the ground is valuable. A diamond, a piece of gold, that's valuable. Y'all, are y'all getting this? Are you understanding where I'm coming from? Do you understand what you're giving up at the price of money? When your ass gonna leave here dead and broke, you ain't taking none of this shit with you. But yet and still, every day you get up and you sacrifice the time with your kids and your family at the expense of money. Oh, it's right up there with oxygen. Where do we get this idea from, people? Where do we get this? What made us get out here? We got to get up and go work 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week away from our family, letting strangers raise our kids just to have running water when rain come out the sky. And then go check your facts. You go put some buckets in your front. You go put 100 buckets in your front yard and catch rain. the city code enforcement gonna come there and fine you, charge you money. Something that's given to the earth for free. They charging us for it. I understand the infrastructure, the piping and all that stuff, but if you start catching, if you got more than one rain barrel in your yard and the code enforcement come find out, your ass is gonna get fined. Hell, you can't even, let's say if you get solar panels, I'm going off the grid. I ain't gonna be a part. They gonna find the shit out you. They gonna condemn your house and it's gonna make it, you can't even live in it. Hell, you pay your house out for 30 years. They're gonna say, oh, you still gotta pay me taxes. Do y'all not understand that we are in a lose-lose situation, a catch-22? Do you understand that we are in a catch-22 when it comes down to this whole system that we live in? But yet, and still, we go out here and we relentlessly chase this bag because that's what we've been taught to do. Then they tell you, the love of money is the root of all evil. I can't tell. Why is that? Why are we in this situation? Why do we think that? Why do we believe that? Where did you get that idea? Where did you get it? Who put that in your mind? And that now that you believe it as fact, and if anybody come otherwise like myself, oh, that nigga crazy. He don't know what he talking about. Oh, money don't buy happiness. Well, you must ain't got none. I guess I just look at life a little different, and I hope you do too. And I hope you're valuing your time here on this earth more so than you value money. That's the whole purpose for the show. You value your relationships with your family, your friends, your spouses more so than money. Like most people, oh, if you ain't got no money, what we talking about? Huh? Where did that come from? But we believe that. And we go through life and we do that. We do it all the way to our grave. I seen the little meme where they had the stick on the man that had money, and he running after the money, just kind of like the carrot in the donkey, right into a grave, right into a hole. And that's what we do. We chase after this money all the way to our grave, just to die without it. Now you know you leaving him. You know you ain't taking none of it with you, but you spend your whole life chasing it. I gotta provide for my family. I get that. I'm not downplaying the society and the system that we live in. But to think that you're more successful, or to think that this is going to bring you happiness, or to think this is going to bring you peace, or think this is going to make you give you some type of status in life, just for you to die without it, what the fuck? That makes no sense to me. And if you got too much of it and you ain't getting the government none of it, they gonna take it all. Come on, people. You pay taxes all year around. Then right around this time of year, oh, I'm getting a tax return. They giving you some of your money back that you done paid in. Who said I got to pay somebody just to make money in this country? Who made that rule up? And we do it religiously with no question asked. But if someone come up and bring up a situation like I am today, oh no, they deem that crazy. They deem that, I don't know what he talking about. Because you've been programmed. You've been taught to think that way. You've been taught to believe that's the right way of doing. You should pay taxes. Why? What am I paying? You got the roads and this. Man, that's some bullshit. Some bullshit. And I'm telling you, we go our whole fucking life. We go our whole fucking life trying to get ahead, trying to get more, gain more stuff, clutter. We ain't nothing but a bunch of hoarders. People want to hoard money. Sit it in an account. Sit it in, whatever type of vehicle you got it in. Insurance, IRAs, stock market. Just to die with none of it. It's a figment of all our imagination, and we have been duped and believed that this is the way it goes. It's sad. It's a trip. And I'm here to tell you that you better start taking time with your people. You better start valuing your time with your kids. You're going to make it. You're going to survive. You're going to do what you have to do, but if you're just overextending yourself just to get a greenback, just to get some more numbers on the screen, wow. What does that say about you? And I challenge my listeners, man, look here. Chasing that bag at the expense of the time with your loved ones is a detrimental mistake. Because one day, those loved ones, those kids gonna get grown and go up and gone on. All that stuff, all that sacrifice you made, they ain't gonna be studying none of that shit. Yeah, they love you. Your family and friends, they love you. All that. But does that money love you? That's the thing. The time you are sacrificing at the expense of the people around you, is it worth it when they gone? It's so many people that lost people that wish they had more time. But they were so busy chasing that bag. They were so busy, trying to provide, trying to do this and trying to do that they missed out on some valuable times in life. They missed out on some valuable moments in life, some valuable memories at the expense of a dollar that they can't even take with them. And you know it's the truth, but you still go up and you do it every single day. You do it every single day. Spend all your time and effort to go after this shit. Just to go in a hole with none of it. Which is sad. It's a sad day. It's a sad day on earth. When people think that money is everything. When people think that this is going to solve all my problems. But then when you lose mama and you lose daddy and you done spent your whole life chasing money. And now they on their deathbed and you want to run there and try to make up time. Now you want to ask those questions that you should have asked all your life. Now you want to talk about family then. Family don't see each other to funerals. And that's just the truth. Most families don't see each other till somebody dead and gone. And guess what? Ain't none of that money that they was chasing, the person that's gone is in that casket with them. Hell, matter of fact, we got to raise money to put them in the ground. What kind of sense does that make? But yet and still, we going to get, guess what? Today is Saturday, guess what? We going to wake up Monday morning and do it all over again. Some of us are already on the clock. Some of us already is out there missing basketball games and baseball games and missing all the functions amongst our children just to chase a dollar. Well, I got to provide. Okay, well, provide on. But you keep on missing them. You keep on missing those birthday parties. You keep on missing those dance recitals. You keep on missing those practices. You keep on. You're going to have a whole bunch of regret when that person is no longer here. You're going to have a whole bunch of regret that you wish you could have went back and did over. All because you chasing a dream. You chasing this American dream. Don't nobody want to talk about it, though. Don't nobody want to speak on it. Nobody want to be real about it. The hell, the United States government is trillions of dollars in debt. Money they ain't gonna never pay back. But let your ass be in the negative. Let you be in the negative. You can't get a dime until you come on the green side. Do you understand how this system is so convoluted and stacked against you that it's a catch-22 and you're gonna lose either way, and you're gonna die with none of it? You ain't taking none of this shit with you, and you're valuing your time on your job and in your business over the time with your family, your friends, and your loved ones because you so all about your dollar. And ain't none of this. You can't carry this shit with you, sweetheart. You can't carry this shit with you, homeboy. But this is what we've been taught. This is what we've been programmed to believe. This is what we programmed to know as fact. And anybody speak on it, oh, they crazy. I don't know what they talking about. That's crazy. No, you crazy believing in this system. Sacrificing all the time you got with your family because you got to get that bag. Don't make no sense. It makes no sense to me. But guess what? I got to get up and take my ass to work Monday morning too. That's sad. And where do we fix it? How do we become self-sufficient? How do we not become so codependent on a piece of paper that means that holds no value, that's not backed by any natural resource? Hell, like I say, they just put numbers on the screen. Tell me. It's kind of like, you think about it. Let's use an example. All right. You go to the bank. You say, hey, Mr. Banker, I want to buy me a house. That's what I want to do. I want to buy me a house. Okay, Mr. Be Great. Today you want to buy a house? Let's run your credit. Let's see how you've been paying your bills. Let's see if you're good. All right, Mr. Be Great. Today you have been approved for a $100,000 loan. Now let me ask you this. Did the bank give you that $100,000? Does the bank have that $100,000 to give you to buy that house? Or did they go to another bank and get the $100,000? Where did the $100,000 come from? Think about it for a second. Where did it come from? All right. Don't matter where it came from. You got approved. So they take that $100,000, right? And then they give it to the bank. Or the bank gives that $100,000 to the seller. So where did the bank get the $100,000 from? Where did they get the $100,000 from? Just think about that. Or even when you go buy a car. Mr. King, Mr. Great, today you have been approved for a $70,000 car loan. Okay, cool. Where did the bank get that $70,000 from? And who are they giving the $70,000 to? And why are you still paying your money to pay that $70,000 back? I hope I ain't talking in circles, because just like I said, and just like the clip before, all we doing money is just going in circles. So where did the initial money come from? And who am I paying it back to? It's an illusion, people. It's an illusion. They just making shit up. And they got us thinking it holds value. And we go out here and we break our fucking neck for it just to die with none of it. I hope somebody got that. I hope it didn't go over your head. Where did the initial money come from? And who am I paying back? Are you paying a middleman back? Did they got the money from the Federal Reserve? Okay. Where did the Federal Reserve get the money from? Huh? They just printed it off of, like honestly, I hope I ain't losing nobody with this. Where did they get the money from? Where did they get that loan from? Yeah, you approved, Mr. Be Great today. Here you go, $100,000. You take the check, you give it to the seller. Then you turn around and got to pay the bank back. But where did the bank get the money from? Where did this money come from? Illusion. And again, it's just an example. But do you see where it come from? Where did the initial money come from? Hell, I don't know where it came. They printed off a printing press, I guess. Shit, I need to get me one of them damn things. And that's all I got for y'all today, man. I really want y'all to understand that you ain't taking none of this shit with you. You're sacrificing your time, your energy at the expense of your children, your family, your loved ones, just to show up at a funeral, just to finally, fellowship with your family. Only when somebody gone, then you got to spend money to put them in the ground, and you've lost so many precious moments because you're chasing this imaginary dollar. I challenge you to spend time with your loved ones now. I challenge you to sacrifice your time on that job and that career to spend time with the people that you love. Now, I'm not saying go quit your job, but I'm saying, hey, that job don't come first. The loved ones do. Money is not up there with oxygen. That's a goddamn lie. Because if it was, the bad lion, tigers, and bears would be out here trying to get some. If it was up there with oxygen. Hell, they go get the lion, tigers, and bears out the wood, put them in a goddamn cage, and make you pay to go see them when you can go to the woods and see them for free. Let me stop. I'm telling you, you're going to die broke. You ain't taking none of it with you. Stop taking life so serious. Enjoy yourself. Love on your loved ones. Take time. Damn that job. Damn them. If you want to be off, if your kids got something going on, tell them, hey, I ain't going to be him. You better find it. What it is, prepare the others. Because I ain't going to be him. And I'm not saying be irresponsible, but hey, you gotta pick your battles. Now, if you want to be the one to say, hey, I got all the money and no loved ones to share it with, okay, then by all means, go chase that bag. If you're spending your time at the expense of everybody around you, hey, go ahead, do your thing. I hope life turns out good for you. But I'm here to challenge you, man. The time and the love and the companionship is far more important and far more valuable than any them on the screen, any plastic little card they give you, or any dead president. And that's real talk. All right? So y'all make sure y'all go check me out. Mr. Be Great Today on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Great Today INC on IG. And Mr. Be Great Today on Fanbase. Y'all go check out Fanbase. New platform. Dope. And I love you all. You already know. Be great today. Peace.